Hey, hello, Rimantas Petrauskas here. Please stay with me for a few moments. I will start the presentation soon. Hey, once again, hello, my name is Rimantas Petrauskas, and I'm here today to give you a presentation on some tips and tricks on how you can protect your funds in your MetaTrader 4 account. Now, I will show you how you can protect your account from a disaster even while you sleep. So I think it will be really helpful to a lot of people. And if you don't get your questions answered, because there are a lot of people in this webinar, feel free to contact me at support@ea-coder.com. And in this webinar, I will share with you the first thing will be the mistakes that people make and then lose their accounts. So I will show some of the mistakes. So this might give you some insights. On things that you could avoid. And I will also share with you on how to set up MetaTrader alerts about prices reaching certain level. This might help you save your account, at some time. And also I will give you an app for the MetaTrader which sends notifications when the account equity or free margin drops to a certain level. So this is the app that I will give you for free at the very end of the webinar, and I will get to that in a few moments for more details. And let's just continue. So in this webinar also I will show you how to set up MetaTrader mobile app notifications so we could get alerts about your equity level immediately. So this means if your equity drops to a certain level and there's urgency to maybe close the trades or do whatever is needed, maybe revise your trading strategy or whatever you have in there, this will, such notification will allow you to just kind of know immediately that there's an urgency and you need to approach and see your account, and how it's doing. And also I will show you how to set up the same notifications, but only using the email alerts in the same MetaTrader account. And I will show this in case people don't have, smartphones with the mobile app installed. So I know these days a lot of folks are, still using email alerts. So I thought it will be very helpful since the MetaTrader doesn't allow you to send these email alerts that easily. You need to put some configuration in there, and I will show you a free way of doing this and how how you can do this easily, literally by everyone, even the beginner with a MetaTrader. Also, I will show you the demonstration of my Equity Sentry EA, which helps you protect MetaTrader 4 funds automatically 24/7 even if you sleep. So this EA that I've created myself literally changed my life. It literally changed the way I trade. It changed everything for me, in trading. So now I can sleep better and, just live my life, be involved in everyday activities, spend more time with my family, and just know that I'm protected and that I will not even get an alert, but the EA will protect my account by taking necessary actions, for that. So a little disclaimer here, I will offer you this EA to purchase at the very end. So for those who, not interested in that or anything like that, so you will be able to leave at the end of the webinar. But if you are not interested in that and you think you don't need that, I still recommend you watching that so you would know how it's done and how it works. So let's begin. Sorry about the bonus for attending just the webinar today. So here it is. So I will give you the Equity Margin Alert app for MetaTrader, which sends notification when equity or free margin drops to a certain level. So basically, I think we just heard an alert from my computer, so I think this app is already alerting me on something. But I would just we will get to the app in a few moments, a bit later. I will show you a presentation. But basically, this is the app that I actually sell for my customers But for you, just to say a huge thanks just for attending this webinar, I will give you this app for free and you can use it for life, basically. So the same app I'm going to show you in a few minutes, as I've just mentioned. Okay, so for those who don't know me, my name is Rimantas Petrauskas and I'm from Lithuania, a small country in Europe. And I'm the creator of many MetaTrader apps and tools to help traders. So one of them is Equity Sentry EA that I will going to present you at the end of the webinar, that can protect your MetaTrader funds. The other EA is called Trendline Trader, which can help you automate your trend lines if that's your style of trading in Forex. And the next one is the Trader on Chart. It's kind of a trading panel and it helps you to enter trades in the market like 10 times faster and have all the preset, like stop loss, take profit, calculate correct lot size based on percentage risk and so on. Also, I'm the co-founder of Auto Trading Academy and I'm the co-creator of the Strategy Quant Crash Course and the Trading Strategy Launch Framework. So those are two courses we teach in the Auto Trading Academy, and those are about how to approach automated trading. I'm not going into many details just to save time and just go to the meat of this webinar, to teach you guys some tips and tricks. And I'm also an expert in automated strategy creation, helping people approach automated trading. And I'm the creator of many successful and full automated trading strategies myself. Okay, so short story. So I began trading in 2008. I have lost many trading accounts over the years, and by meeting hundreds and thousands of traders around the world, I've kind of noticed that it's not only me that lose money in Forex when you just began. I've noticed that, on average, traders who might be already successful or maybe still looking for the way of trading, and reaching those success levels. But on average, traders seem to lose around maybe 2, 3, or sometimes 4 trading accounts. Myself, I think I've lost like maybe 10. So it was quite a hard times for me learning how all this works and so on. But when I switched to automated trading, same year, everything's changed. So I'm really happy about that. Okay, so some of the disasters happened overnight, and I mean, literally, I was just trading some trading strategies, and in the evening, you just play some pending orders, like simple like that, and just wake up in the morning and you see your trading account is gone. I've also had really bad experience with trading EAs, like trading robots, that can blow your account overnight and just leave you with zero balance. So these things happens, and literally that's why I had to look for a solution to protect myself and my money. So at first I had to set up price level alerts. This helps, and I will show you this in a few moments. You will be able to learn and use them immediately. But I must say that they are not very convenient to set up, and they don't help in every situation. So those are not for everyone, but I'm sure there will be a lot of people that will find those very useful. And then the next thing, that I discovered, kind of created the app, Equity Margin Alert, that I will give you for free after this webinar ends. So it kind of able to send mobile notifications instantly, and alert you if something's going, the wrong direction of your account. And in the end, I've created an automated solution which literally protects my money even while I sleep. So what it does, so it just closes all the trades on the trading account, and it can even close MetaTrader terminal, so no trading EAs, that you might be running in there can open any additional trades. So I will get to that in this presentation. There will be a demonstration of that, and I'm sure you will just love that. Okay, so let's proceed and talk about the reasons why people lose their accounts. So the first reason is that people just don't know when to stop trading. So personally, me, I follow a so-called WCS rule, and that means this stands for worst case scenario, and this helps determine the size of allowed drawdown for any trading strategy. before you get to the hard stop level. So don't worry if you don't understand any of those. I will just explain that in a moment, and there will be some slides about, you know, examples and so on, and it will show how to calculate all that. But now just go through these reasons. So the next one is that people don't monitor their account equity and balance, and when you don't monitor them, you just don't know what will happen. So I literally had bad experiences even when I kind of trade on my computer and just have MetaTrader minimized. So I'm just, you know, working on some other stuff like creating presentations or just programming, you know, one of my apps, and I'm just working on the code on another window, and I just don't know what's going on in the MetaTrader. And when I switch back like an hour later to see what, you know, how my trades are doing, I see that I'm already at 50% drawdown. And, you know, I had these bad experiences, and not just once, it happened a few times, you know. So it's very important to monitor account equity and balance. So when the equity reaches like 10, 20, 30%, you just at least get an alert, and that's what that free app will going to do for you. So I'm sure we'll love that. So when you monitor that, you will know that you need to take action immediately, and you can save, you know, a lot of money from just going wasted, you know. The third reason is that people do not monitor their free margin. You know, the problem that leads to this is that your account equity is one thing, but free margin is kind of, it may tell you that, you know, your account won't allow you to open any more trades. And if you open any more trades, if there's, you know, small amount of free margin left in your account will become a danger immediately. So imagine if you like have some trading EA or using some manual trading system that just tells you what to do, like enter this size of position at this price and so on. So, and you don't look at your free margin, and the next moment, you know, the trading EA opens new trades for you, and just keep opening them more and more, you know, and you just end up having a list of trades that just hurt your account, you know, they're just dragging your account equity into bigger and bigger drawdown every second you look at it. So if you have a free margin, that specific, you know, amount that you're not comfortable of opening new trades anymore, you just should know about that and just stay away from new trades. And maybe it's time to put your trading robot into the mode that it don't open new trades anymore. It just continues to monitor the ones it already has. Now, the fourth reason is that people follow strategies they do not know. And this one's quite important because I followed myself a lot of strategies, you know, in the past that I didn't know anything about. I just found it online and just, you know, I will give it a shot for this one, and the next week I'll just get, you know, I find myself giving a shot to another trading strategy, and this continues for weeks and months, you know. So it's also called strategy switching, and one of the reasons that traders fail in Forex actually for not being consistent. But if you just follow a trading strategy and you know you're disciplined about that, and you know you just follow all the rules correctly and so on, but do you know much about the trading strategy? You know what worst case scenario drawdown you should expect, when you know when should you stop trading that strategy? How do you know if it's going you know, kind of following the expectations of that trading strategy, and so on, you know. Now here's I will show you how to calculate the worst case scenario drawdown, because I think it's one of the most important things when you start trading any trading strategy, whether it will be manual or automated. So the first thing is that ideally you need to see robustness test of your strategies by shuffling trade order. And then when you get the result, there will be kind of a table, and it will show maximum drawdown at 95 confidence levels. And this is usually the worst case scenario drawdown figure. Now, if you don't understand anything I'm just talking about, let me show you a quick example for you. Okay, so this is the table that you get from Monte Carlo results, you know, kind of robustness test. So let me see if I can just zoom a bit for you. Okay, so I think that, you know, I hope the text is not distorted a lot, much. So okay, so here's the original result, and we had drawdown of kind of $1,600, and when we run the shuffling order of trades, and I will show you the image in a moment how it looks like of these 1,000 simulations, like shuffling trade order on each simulation, it just gives us that at 95% confidence level we have like $1,855. So we can see that the drawdown is a bit bigger, so it's not always that good. Like in this case, sometimes it's bigger than the others. It depends on the strategy actually. But let me just find that image for you. Okay, here it is. So we can see the image here that it exactly shows 1,000 simulations, and each color for the every equity curve we see there is kind of different simulation, and it's always the same trading strategy. But the difference is that each of them, each of those different backtesting simulations have shuffled trade order, like in different order each time, and this gives you different drawdowns. And but it's because the trade is the same, all the trade list is the same, it's just the sequence is different every time. We just end up at the very same net profit level in the end. So just this is just for demonstration, and just to show you how this looks like. But I will also show you what to do if you don't have this. So if you don't have this type of robustness test, so alternately you can know your maximum drawdown of your strategy. You will always see that from just a single backtest maybe, or even from a live trading history, and you just take it and multiply by 1.5 or even 2. I would say that multiplying by 2 is quite extreme. It gives you extreme figure, and it just tells you like being extra safe, and I will use that in an example today. But multiplying by 1.5 is usually quite enough. So then once you get this number, you can use it as worst case scenario drawdown figure. Now if you use multiple strategies, then you should combine their maximum drawdown figures and multiply that result by 1.5 or 2. And the last thing is that worst case scenario drawdown figure helps to calculate your hard stop level, and hard stop level is usually the equity level at which you will close all the trades and stop trading the trading strategy or whatever you're trading in your account. Now here's an example of another robustness test. It's kind of 1,000 simulations. This one is done for different parameters each time, so it looks a bit different. We can see that each trading strategy backtest simulation ended at different net profits, and sometimes you have more trades than the others. And this is because every simulation uses different strategy parameters, and when all the simulations are close to each other, like in this example, we can call it that this robust test has passed and the strategy is quite robust, and it will withstand the market changes and will work for long periods of time, basically. So those robustness tests are not available with every strategy. It depends on who created the strategy and how they did it and so on. But I'm not going more into details about robustness tests, but you can learn about that in my other webinars. Okay, so now let me give you an example of worst case scenario and hard stop level without robustness test. So if you have robustness test, you can just take the 95% confidence level drawdown and just use that as your hard stop, to calculate your hard stop. But what to do if you don't have robustness test? So you just say your initial account is $10,000. So you just look what maximum drawdown the backtest of your trading strategy, or even better, live trading account, with live trading history, if there is any, has. So in this example, we just use $1,500, and then we just take that and and just multiply by 2, which gives us $3,000, and that would be our worst case scenario drawdown. I would say this is quite an extreme figure, but you could use multiply 1.5, but I usually just use 2 in most cases just to be extra safe. And then you should just take that drawdown figure and kind of subtract it from the initial account size, and that will give you the hard stop level, which in this example is $7,000. Now, because I'm using multiplier of 2 and my maximum drawdown for worst case scenario is 3,000, I call it the more safer level. It's just not because to lose less money, it kind of seems to lose more money in that case until you reach your hard stop level. But I'm saying this because to not close your trading strategy before the time, kind of before it will show its full potential and might still recover and go to the profits. And I've seen a lot of trading strategies that you can just close too early. So that's one of the main problems that people won't succeed in trading, especially in automated trading. They just see that they kind of reach at some certain level of drawdown, and they just don't know if it's the worst case scenario drawdown or it's just some random drawdown that they are not comfortable with, and they just don't give enough space for the strategy to move and show its full potential. And another thing is that if that $3,000 maximum drawdown is too much for you, then you should consider lowering the risk, like using smaller position sizes, or have a bigger initial deposit. So like $3,000 on a $10,000 account is like 30% drawdown, but in case you would just use like $20,000 account, $3,000 drawdown becomes like 15% drawdown. So that's something to consider for you as well. Now let me play the presentation video for the setting up of the MetaTrader price alerts. Okay, so here's the presentation on the price alerts, and I'm logged into one of my trading accounts, and now let me just go to alerts here. So at the bottom there's alerts tab, and when you go inside and click right mouse button somewhere on that white blank space, you will get this menu which tells you that you can create alerts. So first we need to know why and what type of alert we need to create. So let's just see at some trades I might have in there. Sorry, we'll open new chart window. Here we go. I maybe find something that with an active trade. Okay, so we have Kiwi dollar here, so let's open that one. Okay, here it is, Kiwi dollar, and we have a sell trade, and it's currently in the drawdown of $9. So I have a stop loss, so I'm protected here. But say I don't have a stop loss and I have quite a big position size, and if my trade reaches say the price of 0.7320, my account will be at so-and-so drawdown, So the drawback with this feature is that you need kind of to calculate it manually, and just to know at what price your trade should reach that you want to alert yourself about. So I can just go into alert and just choose create, then I choose the Kiwi dollar pair right here, and I choose that action should be sound, but it can also be mail notification or notification into the mobile app. And then I choose that when my bid price is below 0.7320, this means I will have 2 iterations and 10 seconds each apart, so they will happen every 10 seconds each if the price will stay at that level. And I just click OK. So I see that the alert was created, and I see it was it creates this red arrow right over there, this line. And now if the price reaches this level, I would get an alert. Now obviously we won't waste the time in this presentation and go to the and wait until the price reaches that level. So I will just set to something different, and I will set it to 7.2 and 263, let's say. Oop, it just dropped. Let me just switch to a lower time frame so I could see it better. $54. Okay, so hop, here it is. So I just get an alert when the price is above that level, and we can see the counter right here which says 1, and then I get another alert because the price was still above that level. So I can choose any number of iterations here. It could be 1,000, and the timeout can be different as well. Let me just re-enable this again. So timeout can be in minutes, even 1 hour. So it's useful. So for push notifications like to your MT4 mobile app, you can just set notification and timeout for 1 hour, for example. So this is really, really useful stuff, and you can create that for as many alerts as you want. The drawdown, the drawbacks of this, cons of this feature, is that this works only if you have small amount of trades, or you're trading just few currency pairs and you really know at which level your price should reach, which would mean for you that your account is in trouble. But if you're trading just 1 or 2 trading currency pairs, it's quite easy to understand that if the price drops or reaches a certain level, I will be in trouble and I need to act immediately and clear some trading positions or whatever. So just know that it's not always useful, but I hope you still find this very, very useful feature for you. Okay, so that will be it for the price alerts presentation. Okay, so let's continue. And next I have presentation on alerts about account equity and free margin reaching certain levels. So let me play another video for you which will demonstrate how that works. Okay, so now let me give you a presentation of how equity margin alert works. So I just double click the indicator to load it on my chart, and I can choose whether I want to enable mobile notifications, email notifications, and alert, sound alert. So I'm choosing to enable sound alert and also email notifications. I will enable mobile notifications, but sorry, I cannot show you how these mobile notifications come to my phone, as I cannot screencast them. But I can screencast email notifications. But so I will just stick to this example, but I will show you how you can enable mobile notifications in the MetaTrader settings. So before I click OK, I need to enter the equity figure that I wanted to get alert on. So now I see my equity is at 52.58, so I will choose 52.58, click OK, and now it's like 40 cents above my set level, so I'll just need to wait for it to drop 30 cents. So while we wait for that alert, I will just say that this indicator just needs to be loaded once on the chart, on just one chart window of a MetaTrader. Oh, here we get an alert. Let's just switch to the journal, and I see that it says notifications were sent to my mobile device. Let me check that. Yep, it's there. I cannot show that. I don't have a webcam here with me. And also it says that mail was sent as well. So we can just go to my email and and here it is. So I have a few more alerts that are, you know, from the test running before, but here's the one, the most recent one. And it says that account so a number so and so, equity is below 52.58 USD. So apparently it works for any currency account, but it just happened that I'm using demo USD account. And also it puts the exact figure that was recorded at the moment of the of this alert, which was slightly below 52.58. So we can delete that email and delete the other ones, and let's get back and I will show you how to set up notifications. So setting up notifications is really easy in any MetaTrader app that you're using. Like for example, for equity margin alert, we just go to indicators list, double click it and just open the properties. I can change the equity figure here, enter the free margin figure, but enable and disable notifications is even more easier. You just click and choose on or off. So other apps might have this different. You might be, you know, need to choose true or false, but in any way it's just on or off. No, so it's easy, but that's not it. So a lot of people think that it will just happen, you know, but these notifications, you know, both of these types, they need to have some custom configuration. So we need to go to tools and then options, and in the notifications tab we need to enable this enable push notifications, and you can also additionally enable to be notified in your mobile phone on trade transactions. But you know, I get a lot of transactions, so I usually keep this disabled, but if you need this, you can enable, so it will alert you when the trade gets open and closed. That's very useful in many cases. But important thing right here is that you need to you know, input your MetaQuartz ID, and to get that MetaQuartz ID, first you need to install MetaTrader mobile app on your iPhone or Android. So you can just click these buttons and it will take you to a proper website when you can do the installation. But normally for iPhone, you can just install it for iTunes, from iTunes Market, and for Android you just go to Google Play Market and just install it from there. But once you have it, you will just need to get your MetaQuartz ID, and let me just disable notifications for now. And if I run the indicator, it just gives me this error and then explanation on how to enable these. So at least I can give you some example of how it looks like, you know. So this is the picture of mobile MetaTrader mobile app, and particularly the settings window, and you will see the MetaQuartz ID right there. So it's obviously different from all these, you know, it's different for every device. So you just need to get that from your device, and then you just need to enter this in the MetaQuartz ID like it was shown before, you know. So 1, 2, 3, like 5, in 7 steps. You just do that, and you know, you do it once and just forget it. Now, yes. So let's go to the second tab, which is email. So this is how you enable emails. First, you need to get an account at sendgrid.com. Let me just show you how I received the notification once again, because I restarted the indicator. Let me show you something. Okay, so here's the SendGrid website. So you go to sendgrid.com and you just click try for free, and you know, that's really simple, and it's free to use, and you know, for just low amount of emails. And by saying low amount, I really mean low amount, and you just see that it's free if you send not more than 20,000 emails per month. So that's a lot of emails, I must say. So with these type of notifications, you just, you know, you just don't bother yourself and just go with the free. But in case you will ever need to send more, you just take $9.95 monthly plan, and just I'm not affiliated with SendGrid or anything like that. I'm just using it to send these kind of emails from my MetaTrader, because you just have to have a so-called SMTP account. And once you get an account by just filling simple form, and once your account gets approved, you just go there into the tools, options, and email section, and then you enter the SMTP server to be smtp.sendgrid.net, and then you need to enter the column, and then you enter what's called a port number. So we just enter 2525. So it's 2525. Usually just 25 works fine, but because I'm behind the firewall, which kind of have this 25th port number blocked to avoid spamming, like extra protection for the internet service provider. So I can just overcome this by using 2525. So SendGrid is very useful service because it gives this option for you to use extra port number that internet server providers usually don't know about. So once you enter that, then you need to enter your SMTP login and password that you will use during your registration, and then you enter email from, that will appear like email came from so-and-so email, and the email where you want to get email notification sent. So in this case, my email will be sent in there. Once you set that up, you just click test and just go to email, and let's see if that message arrives. I will just wait a few moments and click refresh. It should arrive any second. Here we go, and we got a test message. So this is how you set up email in your EA. But know that you can use only one recipient email. So if you use like something like comma and more emails, it won't work. It's kind of a security protection, in the MetaTrader account. Okay, so that will be it for this demonstration of the Equity Margin Alert app. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the presentation about the alerts from the free app that I'm going to give you at the end of this webinar. So next, let me show you one of the coolest apps that I have created so far in my career, as a programmer. So this one is called Equity Sentry EA, and it's, this one is a paid product, but please just listen what it just does, and you'll just be blown away to see what it can do for you. And I'm sure that every one of you listening to me right now will find this app very, very useful. So let me play another demonstration of the Equity Sentry EA. Okay, let me give you a presentation on Equity Sentry EA. So right now I'm in my demo account and I have a trade open. So I will open one more trade just for fun, so we'll have two trades open. And now I will set my Equity Sentry EA that I want my trigger when my equity drops below 9945, let's say. And then I have set that my that my EA should do the following on the trigger. So it will close the open trades, it will delete all pending orders, and it will disable all EAs on the account. So I can additionally close MetaTrader platform or send email alerts or mobile notifications that we just saw. So I will enable email alerts and click OK, but I think I just need to change my equity level because it already dropped. So I will set it 9930 or even 9925, let's say. Click OK. Let's just give a second for EA to load. Okay, so now we just need to drop another like $2 or $3 and the equity trigger should go off. Here we go. It just happened immediately. And here's what happens. If you notice, auto trading button was clicked, like virtually, it was virtually clicked, which disables all the EAs running on the account. So even if I had other EAs running on this account, they would be disabled and won't trade, won't open or close or do any transactions at all. And before that, EA also closed all the trades. You can see that we had 2 trades running before, and it just closed both of them. Also, it would have been closed pending orders, but I didn't have any. I just click to my go to my email account, and I see I got email message which says MetaTrader so and so auto trading disabled at so and so time. So it just tells you that it just disabled auto trading, and you should just go to your account and see what's happening in there. And also another email which tells us that equity dropped below 9925 euros, because this one's euro account, and all trades will be closed and trading stopped, and current account equity is 9921. So that's the information you will receive from the EA. And to enable it again, I just click auto trading. This will enable Equity Sentry EA and any other EAs that you might have running on the account. And then I go to Expert Advisors, Properties, and then I can select to change any settings that I want. So, but now I will do just a bit differently. I remove the EA from there, so there is no EA running, no one's protecting my account, and I will open a trade. And this time I will open 2 trades, maybe from 2 different currency pairs. Here we go. And additionally, I will place some pending orders. And now I will switch to my VPS server. So it's my kind of VPS server. It's a Windows machine running remotely, and you can see that both of them have the same MetaTrader account logged in. It's 543848 and 543848. So it's the same MetaTrader account. So you can see that once I do something in one account, the same just reflects in the other account. So let me just open the 3rd pending order. Here we go. You can see it appears right over there. So one mobile limit, it appears there. And if I just open another trade, it appears as well. So we can see that whatever I'm doing in this account, the same reflects on this account on my local computer, like on my laptop where I'm doing the presentation. But because they're running on different computers, like I can shut down my laptop anytime and just, especially when I'm travel. So even now when I will be going home from my office, I will just turn off my laptop and I will drive home. And during that time, MetaTrader will not be running, and, my trades won't be protected at that case. So in this case, I just have my VPS server and logged into the same MetaTrader account with all these trades visible. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run the Equity Sentry EA on my VPS server, and I will choose that I want all the trades to be closed if my equity drops to 9,900, and I want all trades and pending orders closed, and I want auto trading disabled, and I want email alert to be sent. And I also want to close the MetaTrader platform completely. So we can see that in this case, there won't be anything that might trade my account, even if my MetaTrader is running any EAs that might not stop trading if you hit the auto trading button. Maybe they can re-enable it, or I usually don't see any EAs doing that, but even if there will be some mysterious cases there or whatever, but you can just close the MetaTrader completely. And now I see I just have, okay, 9,900, I click OK. And now note that once the trigger goes off and these trades are closed with the MetaTrader, the same trades should be closed on the laptop. It's not that trades are closed in both places, that the laptop and the VPS server remote, with the remote MetaTrader, they both show the same account, the same trade. So when you close trades on the VPS server, the laptop, it just shows the same trade lists, and if there are no trades left, you will just see that on the laptop as well. So this means you can run Equity Sentry EA on a VPS server that you can rent like cheap for around $20 a month, and it can run 24/7 and monitor your trading account, and that way protect your deposit even while you sleep. So in case something wrong goes in your trading account, you will just have Equity Sentry closed all your trades. You just need to determine the hard stop level, and I see it's going up, so just not to waste time, I will set this at 99.45 and click OK. Just see if we get it triggered in just a few moments. Just don't want to waste your time, guys. Okay, here we go, and you can see it was closed, and MetaTrader is gone, and we can see that MetaTrader was closed on the VPS. All the traders were closed, all the trades were closed, they're gone. We can see 0 trades right here as well. So it doesn't matter if you have the MetaTrader running on your laptop or no, it will just be closed on the VPS server. So this means my account is protected. So imagine if something, like a disaster would have happened in there, so I would be protected like that. So now I just load my account once again, and I can just attach my Equity Sentry again and just do whatever I need, with all that. So just take a look at a couple of settings of this EA. So we can get it triggered when the alert, when the equity drops to a certain level, or it reaches above certain level. So this works in both cases, like if it drops down into negative, or you just get extra profit. And then we have that you can set the trigger if it goes like into loss of the all open trades, like if it goes into percentage of drawdown or amount of money or pips. So say you can set, I want to get this triggered when all of my open trades get to a loss of $500. So it's kind of a bit different. Here you just say what kind of equity level it should reach to, drop to, to trigger. And here you can just enter amount of, you can just say something like, if my open trades, loss of all open trades drops to 10% of all the account balance, just protect my account and close the trade. The same is with profit. So if it reaches to a certain level of percentage, money, or pips, and here we choose how we want to protect ourselves, and here's where we can send email alerts as well. And speaking of email alerts, let's just check our 2 recent alerts. So one was that MetaTrader platform will be closed at so and so time, and the other alert was that equity dropped to this level and all trades will be closed and trading stop. So that's what happened actually. Okay, so let's take a look at a few more settings. So we can have trailing stop and break even for every trade. So yeah, a lot of useful stuff in there. So Equity Sentry EA is really useful. I would say that for every forex trader. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the demonstration on Equity Sentry. And now we are back to our presentation. So now let me give you a great offer on the Equity Sentry EA app for MetaTrader 4. So you already saw what Equity Sentry can do for you, and I will give you an option to purchase it today. and you can do it right away after the webinar. So I will reveal the pricing on my purchase page. Just stay with me for a couple of few moments. So I will also show you where you can get the app, the free app that I promised you. So once again, about the Equity Sentry feature, so it can close all the trades and pending orders on equity trigger, which is your hard stop, like I've shown in my demonstration, and you can disable all EAs to prevent them from trading, like I call this close and stop feature. And you can also set the EA to close a MetaTrader terminal completely. You can also send email alerts, MT4 mobile notifications, and you can also filter trades by currency pair and even a magic number, so for those more advanced users, so to say. And you can set triggers in deposit currency pips or percentage. And triggers can activate when account drops or reaches a certain level. And you can also open trades on floating loss and profit reach a certain level. And you can even have a trigger when the closed, like it trades from your trading history. So the closed trades plus open trades like floating loss reach a certain level. So this means, so if you have a history of trades, for the last, maybe week or month, or you can set the day trade specifically. And you can take that into account while calculating the level at which you want to close all the trades. So that's really very useful in basically every trading strategy you might use. Okay, so my promise is that I will also give you 60-day money back guarantee, not 30 days like most of the sellers are giving. I will give you 60 days money back guarantee. And you just let me know that you want your money back, and I will just give it to you. Or you can even see, you can just go to the ClickBank and just ask for them. So you don't even need to email me and ask for your money back. You just can request your refund through the system that you will be placing your payment, which is, by the way, is one of the most secure payment systems online today. And to get the pricing options, just click the button on the right if you're watching this on the desktop. And if you're watching this on a mobile phone, you might need to maybe scroll down a bit just to get that button to join, to get the offer to visit the purchase page. It should be below the video. So click that button below for pricing and options, and start protecting your MetaTrader account deposit 24/7 today, And for those who want to get your free gift, Equity Margin Alert MetaTrader app, here's what you need to do. You need to click the same button on your right or below the video, or whatever it might be placed on your screen, depending on the device you're using. Just click the button to get to the purchase page, and just scroll down to the very bottom of that page, and there will be a link that will say something like, download Equity Margin Alert. So this is really easy. Just once again, you go to the same purchase page, and you scroll down to the very bottom of the page, and there will be the link that will say, download Equity Margin Alert. So I hope you guys enjoy the presentation. My chat moderator will stay with you for a couple more minutes if you have any more questions here. So feel free to type in your questions and ask things you want to know about the app or so on, And yeah, so hope you liked it, and I will see you in my next webinar, or I will see you on the other side and using my Equity Sentry EA. So thanks for watching. Bye.